Okay, cut the music, cut the music. We are live. Welcome to College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Pflugar. We cover everything in college football. We love everything in college football. And if you do as well, please subscribe to our ever-growing channel. Smash that like button if you like our content. Share the video with your family and friends. Come into the house. It sits on the corner of Keith Jackson Parkway and Kurt Gowdy Avenue. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid to be a PATC legend. Come on in with your comments and your phone calls. I have a question. Now, we weren't going to do a live show. We are so busy. We have family obligations. Some people are pitching in. I do not know how long we can go. We squeezed it in. We put out episode 271 of our PATC version of The Sounds of Silence. We released that episode, doing a lot of damage to the PATC community. 26 seconds later, 26 seconds after we released that episode, Ross Dellinger breaks the news. The Pac-12 media deal will not be announced in the Pac-12 Media Day this Friday. That's fine. I mean, none of us were expecting that. None of us were expecting the media deal to be announced. However, we weren't going to do this live show. I don't have a whole bunch of stuff ready. We're going to get to your phone calls real quick. I want to hear what you guys have to say. But my goodness, can I just show something here? Okay, when we were talking about how the Pac-12 needs to put out a positive message, a positive spin, days before the Friday Media Days, okay? This is from The Athletic. This is from Stuart Mandel, okay? I just cut out a piece of it, put it on my Twitter account. We've seen folks come to the table that were not at the table 6 months ago, the person said, the source. The patience that the presidents and chancellors are showing is paying off because waiting is going to result in better deals than the league would have gotten 3, 6, 9 months ago. Okay, all right. Okay, patience paying off. Better deal than 3, 6, 9 months ago. You see that? I'm gonna get to something here. You see that? That's a source. Okay, they're spinning. That's good. Something positive. That's good. Except there's one huge thing missing in that message. Heather Dinich, Mandel, others are saying, their sources, the Pac-12 sources are telling them that the deal will be in the near future. Okay, that's good. Okay, positive spin. We've heard that before. But what is it missing? It's missing some detail of this media deal. Just give us something, anything. That's the problem. Want to look at it again? What? Whoops, sorry about that. Want to look at it again? There it is. New people have come to the table 6 months that weren't at the table 6 months ago. Well, Fox and ESPN and a whole lot of people left that table. The chancellors, the patience that the presidents and chancellors are showing is paying off because waiting is going to result in better deals than the league would have gotten 3, 6, 9 months ago. Okay, then give us something. Anything. There's nothing here. There's nothing there. That's the problem. It's the same old. How many times can they say the same thing? It isn't working this time. And I would be absolutely shocked if this is working on all the Pac-12 presidents. It isn't. I mean, those trucks that are going down the highway, that are going to the loading dock, that will be putting in the new furniture, the new wardrobe for Act 13, that truck is still coming down the highway. It's going to unload its stuff on the loading dock. The guys and the gals, the employees at the Holy Smokes Theater that are working on the loading docks, they're going to deliver that on the loading dock. It's going to be all set up for the July 25th, Act 13. None of this changes any of that. I can tell you that right now. What could possibly be in this deal that would make it better? In a better deal than the league would have gotten 3, 6, 9 months ago. Something. Give us something. And it's not there. It's not there. I'm like you guys. I got my head on a swivel. I'm checking Twitter. I'm checking, my sources are, they got their hands up in the air. We're going to get straight to your phone calls and comments. We're not going to waste any more time. We're squeezing in a live show. We have to listen. Wow. The phone line is 763-260-1333. The lines are open right now. We're not wasting any time. Nothing was leaked. Nothing was Kay Struthers, thanks for coming on in. Mr. Monkey says, David Hackett, what's going on? Mason Randolph, we're excited for this one. Layups and dominoes. Layups. It was going to be an easy layup. Let's go PATC. Thank you, Nathan. Appreciate your support. I'll be seeing you July 21st, 7 o'clock Central Time on the Holy Rivals show. I'm going to be on that show. We're going to talk about what's going on in the Pac-12 Media Day. We know one thing. There won't be a media deal announced. That's what we expected. But we better get more out of George Kliavkoff and some of the presidents, some of the athletic directors, and just say, well, looks like we might have a deal better than what we got 3, 6, 9 months ago. Conundrum doesn't want any singing on Holy Rivals. Richard L. Holy smokes and mirrors. Daniel Montecastle, San Diego State probably knows something by Friday or Monday. I don't think the Mountain West will release a statement before they inform San Diego State, and that's that whole other thing. And look, there's no way the Pac-12 media deal is imminent. Some of the, again, I'll go back to what was said on the that part of the Athletic where a source said we got people coming to the table that weren't there 6 months ago. They're still scrambling. There is no deal. They're still looking at projections. There is no comprehensive offers with all of it connected. They still have nothing. If you think that a couple of these Pac-12 schools are going to keep their patience with this, Daniel Montecastle says the Pac-12 is trying to rope in Colorado. Chase Chapman asks, what are Arizona and Colorado waiting for? No numbers leaked. Absolutely not. This is sound like what we've heard all last year. There was nothing new. We need something new. We need one of these linear media partners. We need for the Pac-12 needs to give those reporters a little bit of meat on the bone, something, because these reporters are not getting any information. They can't figure out where this deal is going to materialize from. And suddenly, we have new people at the table, new media partners at the table that weren't there 6 months ago. Well, hopefully they do, but nobody can figure out who they are. It's still a mystery. This isn't about just Apple going to control everything. Apple might be a part of it with some linear. It has to be some linear components that actually own the content of the Pac-12 rights, like what we've been saying. But I don't think, come on, are they really this close to a deal? They're not. They're not. Jim Skimmer, Greg, you're a very special human being, family man, terrific college football fan. Please continue all your excellent efforts reporting college conference realignment and the football season ahead. Thank you, Jim, for your generosity to this channel. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. I'm surprised anybody showed up after that singing performance that I had earlier today.
Call from
Nathan Brown.
Nathan Brown, what's going on? I'm going to be on Nathan Brown's Holy Rivals show July 21st, Friday, 7 o'clock Central. Nathan, come on, man. There's nothing there once again.
Look, this is all about controlling the narrative, right?
Well,
all they want to do is set expectations so people aren't looking for something that simply won't be there on Friday. That's all this is. George, because you got people that are waiting, right? You have people that have spent their whole lives the last year waiting and now they're told again that there's not going to be anything there for them to talk about. It's just so disheartening.
But the reporters are going to ask the question, right? They're going to ask the question. George Kliavkoff is going to have to answer. And that's the question I had on your show. What is George Kliavkoff going to say? Because this leak, going through Stuart Mandel, going through other people, I mean, again, a leak that doesn't give us anything. They're going to ask the question, how is George Kliavkoff going to answer this?
I don't, as we talked about last week, I don't think there is an answer. I think the answer is we're just continuing to talk about it. And the question is how long can these schools continue to wait? The season's only a month away, and obviously he only wants to talk about football, but this is just going to dominate the media day. Let's be clear, this is a single day is how pathetic it is.
Yeah.
And it's going to bury the entire lead up to the season. So you and I aren't surprised by this. We knew nothing was coming soon, but this is just him trying to control the narrative, trying to head people off at the pass, and I don't think it's going to make a difference.
No, I don't think so either. This might have worked 3 months ago if there was a Pac-12 Media Day 3 months ago, but this isn't going to work. In fact, I don't even see anybody spinning this spin in a positive way. Do you, Nathan?
No, they're all parroting what they've been told. That's the sad thing about the Pac-12 media contact people. They're being totally manipulated. When was the last time we saw an original report come from somebody who's primarily covers the Pac-12 conference? Something unique, an angle that nobody else could come up with. The last thing I can think of was John Canzano coming out and saying everybody had agreed to a gore that didn't exist. So there's no unique reporting. It's always these leaks. And I counted within 20 minutes there were 5 stories almost identical in writing, and the only one that came out with anything unique was Jason Shear, and he basically said, "Nothing there. What are we even talking about here?"
Yeah. Now, I'm okay with the leak. I'm okay. This is my opinion here. Peek around the corner. I'm okay. I expected this. This needed to happen. Pac-12 coordinates, engineers a positive message, a positive spin going into this Pac-12 Media Day on Friday. This needed to happen. No question about it. However, like I said on last night's show, the night before, but there had to be something different in the message. There had to be some meat on the bone, a little bit of what is going to be in this media package, and an intriguing possibility in the media package. Just something, a little bit, and there's nothing. Again, there's nothing. That's the problem with this leak. That's why it's not going to work, and that's why Friday, again, it's going to be like everybody's walking into a morgue. That's my opinion.
I don't know what kind of positive energy that they could get out of this. At the end of the day, there's not going to be anything new on Friday. You and I are going to have the after show at 8 p.m. Eastern, where we're going to be talking about the nothing burger that was the day. Maybe there will be a little news around Colorado with Coach Prime, but other than that, I mean, it's just, yeah, I like your idea of a morgue. It's going to be like a mortuary, and not going to be much else there. The show on Friday, by the way, is going to be Mafia. It's not going to be Holy Rivals.
Got it.
So
Okay.
I just wanted to clear that up for you. But either way, appreciate your show. Thanks for going live.
Yeah.
And I'll free up your line for other callers. But
Got
thanks
it.
a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank
Greg.
you, sir. Beautiful. Thank you, Nathan.
Bye-bye.
Great call. Again, we were expecting this to happen. This needed to happen. A coordinated, leak it out there, something positive in regards to the media negotiations that the Pac-12 are having. And they did it. They did it, except they didn't quite follow through with what they needed to happen. And I'm going to put it out there one more time. The main message that is being sent. We've seen folks come to the table that were not at the table 6 months ago, the person said. The source telling The Athletic, Stuart Mandel. The patience that the presidents and chancellors are showing is paying off. That's good. That's good. Because waiting is going to result in better deals than the league would have gotten 3, 6, 9 months ago. But then we needed something. We needed something. Nobody is falling for this. No reporter is going to let up on this. Or most of the reporters are not going to let up on this. They're going to ask, give us something. And you better have something for the Pac-12 presidents. And again, media, executives, I'm going to give you another peek around the corner, another peek behind the curtain. The media executives, they leak. They leak to the reporters. They build relationships with reporters. This is where a lot of reporters get their information from in that world. And the reporters are getting nothing. Nothing. Our Arizona State perch is getting nothing. Who are these new companies that are coming in? I don't expect, you have to have at least one locked in. You have to have something locked in. Explain the linear concepts to us. Give us that information. Again, there's nothing there that's different. I wish there was. It's why I had to sing the Sounds of Silence on episode 271. It's probably why I'm going to have to sing it tomorrow night on the live show. And that is, that song is way too difficult for me to sing. I did a lot of damage to the PATC community. This is where, again, Act 13th. Let's get back to the Holy Smokes PATC Theater. Act 13 begins July 25th. There's going to be a new vibe, new wardrobe. Let's see what happens. We're not going to set the stage until July 25th. So buckle up. The people that we're talking to, they're not buying this. They're not buying that the people, that there are going to be some institutions, some chancellors, some decision makers are not going to keep waiting and waiting and waiting on this. We shall see. We shall see. Let's get back to your comments. Does this change July 25th action? No way. Act 13 begins July 25th, Tuesday. A week from next Tuesday. A week from today. I'm sorry. A week from today, Act 13 begins. People have been asking me, Act 12 started June 1st. We never had a deadline on it. We never set a deadline. We have a deadline of July 24th. Act 13 begins July 25th. We announced that on, July 16th, 2 days ago. Immaculate. Is there a board meeting scheduled on Monday? I don't believe so.
Call from
Larry Pilgrim.
Larry Pilgrim, the floor is yours. Mr. Utah, man, what's going on?
Not much. How are we doing today?
Doing fine. We're squeezing this live show in. We did not have it planned. But we're just reacting to what was a coordinated leak, which needed to happen, some positive spin. But again, I think we needed a little bit more. What do you think, Larry?
What do I think? I'm still standing by. I think this is much bigger than the Pac-12 deal. I think there's a massive, huge shake going on in distribution of football, just many different aspects. And so I don't know. That's where my take is on it. How can you? I mean, you could spin it either way. It just depends on what perspective you're. You know, if you're a Big 12 guy, if you're a Pac-12 guy.
I'm
you
not
can spin this any way you want it.
I'm not a
Yeah.
I'm not a Big 12 guy. I'm not a Pac-12 guy. I'm not even a Big 10 guy.
Right.
There's nothing different. I guess what I'm saying, Larry, and I apologize for interrupting you. You're going to have the floor. My problem is, and I said this last night, the night before, it needed to be something different than what's been given to us the last 6, 7, 8, 9 months. This is nothing different. This is the same. There's nothing here that's different. I think we were hoping for a little bit of meat on the bone, and I don't think this delivered. And I hope that George Kliavkoff has actually delivered a little bit of meat to the bone to Colorado before that Friday day is over.
Right. At linear, who could come back in? No, other than ESPN or Fox, nobody could. Why would they? Because you're going to have, so I can throw things out there. I gave you some information 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That I put on Nathan's show.
Yeah.
And I've been nothing but insulted, and not one of those things has not come true. It's a long play situation. It's a peek around the corner.
Yeah.
Nothing I said is disproven at all. And so, it's really hard to come on these shows. I don't want to go dig for my information when I'm insulted. So it's kind of like one of those.
Mm-hmm.
And so people that have a narrative, whether they're Pac-12, Big 12, whatever, are, they're going to be who they are. But I seriously, I think it's bigger than just the Pac-12 deal. I think, I've said it today on Twitter. Isn't there a complaint around the world about all people do is stick their faces in their phones?
Yeah.
And we're saying that streaming is not a way to go. I think people don't have the capability of looking forward. So ESPN, Fox, there's a competition going on that. I just think this is bigger. If you look at it from a futuristic standpoint, who is challenging YouTube in that space? Like, who used to challenge MySpace? Nobody. Facebook came in and took MySpace out. Nobody's challenging YouTube. Can we see something going there? Is Google or YouTube going to come in? If I can guarantee you, nobody wants Apple to throw their hat in the ring. That's not going to be good for Fox. Just a lot of different platforms. I'm forward thinking, Greg. As far as the reports, I honestly don't know who could be a linear partner that would be coming in. I really don't. And if there is, it's not something anybody's going to be excited about. So new players, Google or YouTube would be the only people I could see that would get introduced on what I believe is going on. Other than that, I don't see a standout linear partner coming in. That's just my point of view.
Understood. And I don't disagree with you, Larry. I think I disagree with I find it more risky, the timing of streaming being the major component of your distribution of your content here in 2024, 25, when this deal happens, 26. Streaming still isn't there yet. The MLS, Apple MLS, it hasn't hit projections. It hasn't hit the projections. I don't think Pac-12 can afford to get a big major streaming deal with Apple and not hit their projections for 2024, 2025, 2026. I agree with you. At some point, it's on the come. At some point, how we receive all of our entertainment is going to change. In this particular case, I was hoping, and maybe I'm being too naive, whatever word you want to use, I was hoping that the leak, because this was going to happen, I was hoping the leak would give us something new. Like, this has been a year, Larry. This hasn't been 4 months, 5 months. This has been a year of this. Like, if George Kliavkoff has something big going on, show us a little bit of what you know, George Kliavkoff, what you know you have locked in as this big thing. If you've got Apple TV, can't you share something about the Apple TV, or can't you share some vision of what this deal is going to look like? I hope he does that on Friday. This leak doesn't do it.
Right. All of us would love to know that. And I agree, Greg. We would all like to at least have something to move forward, because it just feels like we're on this flat line. And I get it. Most people, want to go in one way or the other. I honestly believe there's legal situations as to why you can't. Now, if we take the CW and the ACC situation, okay, if they were trying to do something with the ACC and CW, the ACC hadn't been, or Raycom hadn't been granted relief with Bally's in bankruptcy court till a couple of days. So I just feel like there's a lot of legal situations, and I don't know what they are. Yep. I think they're going to come out.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of legal things why they can't. And I just think it's a lot bigger than just signing some simple contract with ESPN, Fox, or even signing a simple Apple deal. I think Apple's in there. I mean, I'm looking at this from a marketing standpoint of what could be, not what it is now and what 2024, 25 is, where we're going to be at CFP era, where people are trying to consume and spend their money. And so I'm trying to look ahead and trying to look at it. I'm going to support my team, whatever conference they're in.
Yep.
So
yep.
I don't really have a super dog in the fight, but those are just my opinions.
Yep.
I think it's bigger. I think it's bigger than the Pac-12. I think it's on a global infrastructure as far as that goes. And I would love some info too. And I'm not digging for any more information because I'm tired of being insulted on these shows.
Yeah.
So that's just my take.
Well, I appreciate your voice in this discussion, Larry. The information that you provided is similar to what the information that we had. A little bit different in that we were told that if Apple's in, they're not going to own all the content and then sub-license. Some of that's going to be guaranteed linear. That's what we were told. So
right.
We're on the same plane.
Right.
I think because of what I've been told, and people can take it however they want it, but there's a much bigger, we keep talking about the Pac-12. It's going to get a media deal here in the near future. They are in danger here in the near future. So
yeah, 3-5 years down the road, definly it's just going to be different. We know that.
Yeah,
and
I'm talking more
made right now. Yeah, we don't know the moves the Big Ten and the SEC has because the other three conferences. I guess with ACC is another situation. Other than the Big Ten and the SEC, unless they're willing to pull somebody in, what would make them do that? The Pac-12 is fine because, like I said, I see the Big 12 as a lateral move, in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
So, we all got good takes on it. Everybody's got, your show has a lot of good takes on it. And so I like that. And that's why I keep listening.
Got it. Thanks, Larry.
Thanks, bud.
Appreciate it, man. Great call, Mr. Utah, man. Larry Pilgrim. Hello, I'm on live, so. Yeah.
Call from
Immaculate.
Immaculate, the line is
Press
open.
1. To send a voicemail,
I
press
think.
2.
Hello? Nope, I lost you. Oh, I'm losing everybody. Okay, everybody, I'm going to have to shut the show down. Family obligations. Thanks for coming on in. I'm sorry, I got to shut it down. Thanks for everybody coming on in. I appreciate it. Peek around the corner. Stick with us here on this show. We're going to be covering this throughout Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This wasn't good enough for us. Peek around the corner. Was this leak good enough for the Pac-12 presidents? Was it good enough to keep everybody on board? We don't think so. We don't think so, but we shall see. Thanks for everybody coming on in. We squeezed a live show in when we didn't think we could. Until next time, from all of us at PATC, to all of you, please, you all take great care of each other